Justice Society, which I thought was pretty bland. I watched this shit like maybe 3 or 4 times to see what I was missing, and I'm not missing much. I was getting into it because, the Flash. I love the Flash, but at the same time, it's just like, this movie feels so hollow to me. I don't know why. You got all these fantastical characters. You got the, it's a war movie also. It seems like a good setup for a movie. I just wish, it's a simple premise, but at the same time, I really hoped that they would have, tried to delve into the characters a little more. Like, I know nothing about the characters aside from maybe Barry Allen and Jay Garrick and maybe shit with Diana and Steve. Wonder Woman's in the movie also. I don't. There's nothing there. Like, the characters are very one dimensional, which is weird because I expect a Justice Society movie to have little character moments. I expect character development from a story like this, and there's just nothing there. Spoilers: when Hawkman dies, I'm just like, okay. Like, he had a relationship with like Black Canary, and I was like, dude, like, what about Shiera? Don't you have a wife? And this is the really confusing part. Apparently, all of this took place on Earth 2 because Barry ran so fast that he crossed dimensions or some shit. So, this is definitely not the Barry Allen that we know from the New 52 movies. It's definitely like, this is a whole new Barry Allen. This is like this is its own universe of Barry Allen. So he definitely, chances of Barry Allen remembering shit from like Apocalypse War and shit, yeah, it's at the bare minimum. But yeah, man, this movie was just, oh man, I wasn't expecting the most out of it, but it is very, very forgettable. Like, it's very forgettable. It's only worth watching because it tries to build up the Justice League a little bit. And it's like, oh man, this is just, you know, it's, I can't even call it bad. It's just very bland. Like, it's very forgettable and kind of boring on the whole. Like, I expect movies like this to be a little bit action packed, or at least have characters that are worth remembering. But, and another confusing thing I want to bring up before I go to the next one. Apparently, this Wonder Woman is on Earth 2. So does Wonder Woman exist on Earth 1 of the Tomorrowverse, or is Wonder Woman gonna have to cross universes by the time War World comes along? It seems like they're rushing through with the build of the Justice League and shit, which can make things very confusing. And, my next point, Green Lantern, Beware My Power. It's got my boy John Stewart in it. And he's, coincidentally, he's played by Hawkman from Black Adam. Yeah, he's played by the actor who played Hawkman on Black Adam. The story just wasn't there for me. Again, like, you expect a Green Lantern story to be up there with the scale. It's space. It's space. It's fantastical. You build the universe up more. It's not just on Earth. It's you can explore so much cosmos. You can explore so much galaxies, and it just felt so held back for me. Also, they adapted it. What's that one shit? Emerald Twilight, where Hal Jordan just went fucking crazy and killed all the Green Lanterns, which I am not a fan of at all. It's like if you made a Miles Morales movie and made Peter Parker the villain. It's stupid. But yeah, man, like, I watched this movie 2 times, by the way, and I wasn't feeling it. It's very bland, dude. Like, that's basically it. Like, aside from The Long Halloween and Man of Tomorrow, a lot of these movies are kind of bland. Like, so far, anyway. I'm sure they're gonna blow. I'm not expecting these movies to blow me away, but I at least expect some decent action, some good, and a good story to go along with it. But it just seems so cut and dry. Green Arrow's in the movie. fucking Hawk Girl's in the movie. Vixen makes a cameo, and Martian Manhunter makes a cameo. So, and apparently this movie just says, "Oh yeah, the Watchtower is already built." It would have been nice to see some stuff like that. Like this is before War World is about to come out. This is before the Justice League movie in the Tomorrowverse comes out. So they're just rushing shit. Like we're seeing the Justice League form off screen, and that's really concerning to me because it's like, you know, there's so much stories that can be told. Like, and how the hell are these characters communicating with each other? It's weird. It would be nice to see self-contained stories build up to the team up movie like the Avengers did. I know that's an overused opinion, but I know that opinion is said too much about DC, but it really applies here because it's just like, come on, bro, we're seeing all these other characters show up. We don't know who the hell they are. Like, of course, we know who they are because, you know, we're the comic readers, but when it comes to the general audience, people aren't gonna know who the hell Vixen is, like, or people aren't gonna know who Adam Strange, Vixen, or Hawkgirl is unless they watch Justice League Unlimited. But yeah, man, Green Lantern, Beware My Power, not good, but not bad. It's kind of bland, very, very bland. And what's next? Legion of Superheroes. Now, I watched this shit maybe a few nights ago, and I found it kind of cute. You know, Supergirl and Brainiac 5 being a couple, I ship it. You can never go wrong with a Supergirl story so long as you kind of do it well and, you know, you actually make her likable.
The importance of this. A female superhero. Shouldn't she be called Superwoman?
Oh, shut the fuck up, you dumb piece of shit.
And yeah, man, like, it's pretty much just your decent superhero high school story. It's not quite like Sky High, but it's not quite like My Hero Academia either. It's kind of in the middle. But basically Supergirl is on Earth. You know, she's breaking shit. You know, right? You know, she's not adapting to human culture very well. Batman points this out, and Superman just decides, yeah, I'm gonna just send you to the future, I guess. And you know, I don't know how Superman knows these people. Like, it would have been nice to see, like, context to that. That's what I mean about the Tomorrowverse so far. We're seeing way too much shit. We're seeing too much shit happen off screen, and when it finally happens, it's like, where the hell did that come from? But anyway, Supergirl is in the future. She meets this dude named Mon-El, and she meets Brainiac 5, like I said. And they kind of have this will they, won't they thing going on. And, you know, it's just, I found it to be kind of fine, you know? It's not as bland and forgettable as Justice Society or Green Lantern. It's actually kind of, like, it actually holds my attention kind of well. And, yeah, man, I think the relationship between Supergirl and Brainiac was kind of cute, man. But again, you know, this is supposed to be an ensemble movie, but it feels more like a Supergirl movie than a Legion of Superheroes movie. And it's like, you know, I would have loved to see some characters. I would have loved to see, like, character development from other members of the Legion, but we don't really get that. And the Legion is pretty vast as well. There's a lot of storytelling potential there, but you know, they have their own animated series and everything, but it's just like, we gotta focus on the recognizable characters first, because who the fuck would want to see a whole storyline about arm fall off boy and his crippling depression, you know? But yeah, man, Legion of Superheroes, it's fine, but I enjoyed it, but it has the same problems as Justice Society, where it's like, we have to build up the characters that are well known before we kind of build up the other characters, which is like, you know, it's an ensemble cast, and I know you can't really develop all the characters in the span of an hour and 50 minutes, but that's kind of their fault for making a Justice Society movie or a Legion movie if you're just gonna focus on maybe one or two characters. Like the rest of the Legion and the rest of the society and the rest of the Justice Society feel more like they feel like side characters in a movie that's supposed to be about all of them. Like I really wish there would have been, like I feel like the New 52 movies, as edgy as they were, they got character development right. Like the Justice League movies in the New 52 were really good actually. Like Justice League War, there's little character moments in Justice League War, Justice League Apocalypse War, and Justice League Dark. They all those movies, they built their characters up. We see arcs, we see the beginning of character arcs, we see the apex of characters arcs and shit, and they really worked well. But I'm sure they're gonna do something. I'm pretty sure Justice League War World is gonna have the same problem as the Legion and Justice Society, because it's just like, we gotta have, or it's gonna focus on maybe Batman and Superman, or it's gonna have like a, I don't know, maybe something like, or it's gonna focus on somebody else. Like I don't know. It's just like it's supposed to be coming out soon this year, in fact, and I might make a video on it. And I don't know. We're just gonna have to see. But yeah, man, I'm a big fan of the DC animated movies. But oh man, the Tomorrowverse is not looking well. I didn't include the DC showcase shit because that feels like its own thing. I don't feel like they really matter in the grand scheme of things, like Carmandi and Adam Strange. It's like, man, that I feel like that'll clutter it up. But yeah, man, that's my thoughts on the Tomorrowverse. It's kind of hit or miss. They could come out with something great, or they can come out with something very lackluster. But yeah, man, that's really all I have to say. DC might get up there in the mainstream. They might rival the MCU. But I think we can all agree that when it comes to their animated movies and animated TV shows, DC dominates easily, because like Marvel can't really catch up. It's a whole thing. I'm not gonna go over it. We all know that DC dominates animation when it comes to superheroes. But yeah, that's really all I have to say. Take care of yourselves and each other.
Make sure to check out the ongoing series Red Dragonfly. It's available to read on Wattpad, and it was one of my favorite stories to write. Read them all. Link will be in the description.